Hello again. Greetings. I'm on the road for a little bit. This is my anniversary of being at the walking channelings. Of course, that's actually next week. But anyway, it's like on the 17th or something like that. So I came back here again. It's the reason why I'm out here again. Of course, I didn't do much of that. I did one. Things can change tomorrow, but right now, yeah, everything's been kind of spontaneous today. So anyway, it's not a big deal. As for the subject of this is I had a dream, and I didn't write it down. I should. Of course, I saw an alien being, but I don't know what it was. It looked like something out of a fantasy book, but anyway. And I normally don't see those. What I saw was, I'm going to call it the Illuminati dimension, or the elite, the dimension of the elite. And what I saw was something similar to Harry Potter, but without all the witches and without the witches, let's put it that way. So it was similar as for, it was like an assembly. Everybody had their agenda, obviously. It was very, I know, describing this is not, it was dark. It was rusty looking, meaning it was like you have a filter on a camera, on a lens, and it's rusty looking. That's fascinating. It went on forever. I don't remember all of it. What I do remember was, let's see, I'm definitely going to write this down. What happened was, I was there roaming around, don't remember the details of it. It was dark, but not a dark that we perceive dark. I know that sounds very strange, but it was like enlightenment dark, if that makes any sense. I mean, it was just different. Anyway, there was like a vehicle, like a carriage. It was very big, open, where you can walk in. It's kind of like a horse carriage, where it has different places to sit. It was wooden, but it was huge though, and you couldn't sit; you stood. And I'm not sure if it was a horse pulling it or what, but it was moving. And there were some beings there that were not very friendly. Maybe they were archons, it could have been. Whatever they were, I don't know. Anyway, one came and attacked me, and this is gross, but I think if I remember right, I think I grabbed his face or something like that. Maybe his eyes poked out or something. It's very bizarre. It was like a gray-looking being. It wasn't a Zeta. It was a gray-looking being. Something you see on like the Lord of the Rings, those small little creatures that talked really weird. I don't remember that. It just first. Anyway, these are tall beings. Anyway, it was easy to stop him, at least for me. And he had a staff, and I took his staff. And apparently I defeated him. It didn't take much. I guess they've been preying on me for a little bit from what it gathers. And I saw this old man in black. I can probably give you a picture, something of like what he looked like. Oh, I can't do it now, but maybe tomorrow. Doesn't matter. And I asked him, "Is this where it all happens? Is this where it all? This is where it all is." So yeah, this is the deal. This is the backbone. So it was, I'm connected to the Illuminati energies all the time when I do these videos. It's very bizarre. It's not like I go out and connected to them. They're connected to me. It's not something I do all the time. I mean, on these I do, but it's not like on my daily, I'm just connecting to whatever. So it is very, I'm trying to fix my light a little bit. Less shiny. Oh well, how much I can do about that. Anyway. It's so for tonight, um, it's like I said, it's like Harry Potter, but it's not. But it is very it's a city square. They have just weirdness everywhere. I didn't see any. Like I said, I did see an alien creature that kind of looked like a troll. I'm not sure if I can find it online at all, but it was neat looking. It wasn't negative. It was just strange looking. So it was like I won't call it a warlock's world, but I'm getting kind of a sense of that in some regard. But anyway, it's a little bit of everything. I didn't really ask more details on it. It was fascinating though. It was just, I mean, I don't remember everything. It happened like I woke up around 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when I remembered all this. It's kind of hard, and I completely remember it right now. I mean, obviously not everything, but definitely, it's basically you could say how they're ordering things, how they assess things. Um, I was going to connect to some of this, give more insight to at least their point of view or their impression of what's going on here. And basically, this Illuminati energy is of it's neutral. Some would call them all negative. I wouldn't do that. It's higher energy. It's higher than what you see in the conspiracy stuff. It's just not. It's they're the ones who put everything together for us, and we come and play. And then we're actors in the play basically. So they make sure that we are doing what we're here to do. I know the guides are here to do that, but they are also make sure that our 3D reality is also what we signed up for. Of course, the 4D of reality is going to slowly find its way here also. That's what basically channeling some stuff. The stuff that gets channeled is like it's over people's heads. Like, well, that's fourth dimensional information that comes from other realities. And even they have problems connecting to us to give us something that's useful, you can say. At least that can help us, because basically we got to figure ourselves out. They can't give us everything. They can help us out in certain areas, but they can't, give us the whole, king caboodle. So, oh yeah, with this North Korea, I did do a channeling today, really quick, at one of the parks. Because I had to kill some time, and it just felt like I just spontaneous. I wasn't really planning on doing anything like that. Kind of going against what I was planning on today. So everything's kind of nothing went to plan at all. So anyway, I went to basically North Korea feels like it's calmed down. The waves have calmed down. So like Kim Jong-un being thrown out, it feels like that's calmed down. Everything is calm. So, of course, that might change. Everything changes day by day, minute by minute. But for right now, that is what I'm getting. So it might be like you might start some stuff next week, but notice how it's quiet during the weekend, and it's been kind of quiet, and I expect that to continue. So anyway, give me an idea of how that all. I don't know, whatever. That's what I'm getting. That's what came through the channeling, and that's what I'm feeling also. As for the direction of, reality. Now we're going to do something a little bit different than what I've normally done. I've never done this before. Okay, one moment. Let's see here. One moment. Okay, you notice how reality, majority of people are going to connect to all of this and just call it a bunch of crazy insanity. Obviously, they're part of a system as they are living. Not really, it's not their time. It has a lot. There's a lot of factors with it of why they're not opening up yet. It's like, that's one way of putting it. They're like a present that they haven't opened themselves up yet. And that's true. I mean, you haven't opened up yourself to all your gifts. that's within yourself. Um, Not necessarily, I wouldn't call it a prison. I mean, sometimes you might want to call it that. You know, it's just the experience is not open for that yet. Uh, Obviously, different generations will start to remove the blockages, generation among generation. It takes, you don't remove a band-aid fast. You just don't do it. I don't know if that's the right way of calling it, but anyway, we're going to call it that anyway. Well, yeah, because you remove the band-aid and let it heal. It takes a while for it to heal if you don't remove the band-aid very quickly. Hopefully that made some sense. But as for the fabrics of society, it is primitive, but also enlightened, as people are becoming easier among each other. It's not seen on the surface, but it is in the works. I'm connecting now. It is within. Not all social groups, but you'd be surprised. One example, if you see music outside, people are entertained by it. It's a form of healing. So these people are willing to go outside and experience life and be healed in a certain way. Of those days will change where you go outside and the light, they show something like what the lighting will change, meaning it will affect your vibration in a positive way. Light, colors have a lot to do with our vibration, and certain colors they will outside, they will connect to just help your vibration, help you just remove all this stuff that we're dealing with. That helps us move into a higher vibrational direction. It has to go into our culture, not necessarily through alien, but just many things have to be brought in. It's like, wow, this color does this color does that, helps our vibration. I know it sounds weird right now. It just the vibrations, a certain sound with a certain color, I know this all might sound insane right now, but certain things have like you see like colors in water and like a spa. Isn't that calming when you see something like that? Okay, maybe not for everybody, but it's another thing. Color has a lot of power among it. Music also, depending on the vibration. So certain elements that are being brought in over time. This is why I'm talking about the outdoors as I go out. You can do this at home also. But definitely going out, eventually culture, notice how our culture is, understand I'm connecting to all this. As technology changes, we get neon lights, we get whatever, our society gets more technology, whatever, lights everywhere, whatever, just kind of, you got Walgreens and whatever. Style. But what I'm seeing is color will play a big, it's like, it's many factors, not just color and music, it's other things with it too. Architecture also. This is all down the road. It all has to do with, our society letting go of the old. Especially, look at the mall. The mall's kind of dull looking. It's like, it's not, it's all right, but it's a box, and it's just not very attractive. Think about architecture where it is attractive. It actually raises your vibration because of what it's made of, and just there's many factors among it. This is where I'm getting at. It's like, we'll find this eventually. Is everything going to change like that? Like, we're going to change eventually? Yes. But slowly, it seems like society is going to find its way of just transforming not just through media for fiction, but many, many things. Slowly, air travel will find its. Okay, that one's a little bit complicated, but anyway. But basically, our technologies over time will be at more of a high density. I want to say Tesla in some regard is kind of like that, but not really. It's like sort of, the Tesla, the electric car. It's sort of, kind of, but not really, but sort of. But it's like that's where I'm getting. It's like certain things. This is going to take some time. It's like will change, technology will change. It's like one thing after the other will start just evolving differently. Just we'll see things differently, hear things differently, and society will accept them. I imagine it makes some sense. That seems like where we're obviously this is where we're heading. I mean, look at the 1920s. Do we dress that same way anymore? Are we listen to the same music? No. Everything's changed. So the 70s, yada, 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 until now, things are going to change to more of a high. They're going to, obviously, it's going to take some time. But it just seems like even plant life will be taken care of in a way where it can spread its energy out, its positive energies out better. Maybe I should keep my hands like this because it seems to keep the light down. Camera keeps adjusting. But you know what I mean? It's like even nature can be activated in a certain way. I don't know how that works, but like a plant, a tree, like you have a plant, a tree. But it also can be, I'm not sure how that works. But it does seem like the vibrations of a tree and plant life will enhance themselves. So this will find itself over time. They might say, wow, style, that's great. But it's also changing, like music. Music also will change in more of a high vibration over time. I mean, it already is there here and there. But eventually it'll find our culture. It will find a way into our culture. Everything will find its way into our culture when society is ready for it. So it's like, it's not just us changing, it's our exterior is changing. Like where I'm at now, that will change. When you go into your room, it will, it will be at high density. Everything. I should keep my hands like this. Anyway, it's weird. I move my hands around I'm not sure why, but anyway, like your room also will have like a I want to say like a crystal energy grid that will elevate your energy. It's like, wow, we found these new crystals and we found a lot of them, or we can create them, or I don't know how that works. I understand. I don't have all the answers, obviously. It's like, wow, we found this new technology or whatever through natural crystals. This is just anyway. And this will help, you put in your house, and you can actually, it helps your health, little things here and there will find its way into our environment. I would say, look at air conditioning, that helps. But it seems like the style of the building will change everywhere eventually. Okay, yeah, that's going to take some time, but eventually, yeah, it's going to happen. So it's like, it's not just us will change, our environment. So inventors, storytellers, whatever it is, when the time is right, when humanity is ready, and even the elite system, the negative, will, whatever, they'll compromise and let things happen. I imagine many people have already picked up on this here and there, but that is what I'm seeing as just its steps. It takes time. And maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I don't think so. It's like, look at our state here. It has gotten better. It's not perfect. It's technically the dark ages, depending on how you look at it, because technology made us more isolated in a lot of ways. Anyway, nothing's perfect. But it does seem like we're going to come into a crossroads eventually where our environment will change in a way where we will change within, our exterior of the building, or interior, I'm sorry, exterior and interior. It's like, this is like the worst example ever, but like walking into a church, like these cathedrals. Don't you feel something when you go into those places, even if it's not exactly the best, but you still feel it, right? That's what I'm talking about. But at a high density level, it takes time. It just all takes time. So, we're always looking within for healing, of course. But, over time, it does seem like it will find itself to us eventually. Yeah. When is another story. And somebody said, "Wow, that's all great and everything." Yeah, the new utopia, etc. Blah blah. Yeah, okay. Obviously, that stuff's pretty expensive, but it seems gradually. That's why I said, like if you go downtown and stuff like that, sometimes they have lights and whatever. It seems like lights and music is a good start for high vibrational energies. Just make you feel more elevated. It's a cheaper way of going about it. And then things will slowly evolve over time. I know that's like a real primitive way of looking at it. But it does seem like there are certain small things here and there, especially in nature, enhancing nature's energies. Not sure how that works, but it does seem like, you know, trees that are in a city park elevate those energies so you can magnify more of the energies of a tree or plant life. It does seem like there is something like crystals. It does seem like, I'm not sure how all this works, but it will find its way here eventually. From what it feels like, all over time, of course. It's just but it all obviously has a lot to do with us evolving within. But those that have problems with that, it does seem like the exterior will find its way in somehow. Like I said, little by little. Not sure exactly how that works, but it does seem like, yeah, this is like maybe super general probably. But, it does seem like our environment will shift around when the time is right. So, I mean, it already is, but it does seem like it'll get to a point where we are, I hope humanity, I mean, many of us are wondering, how is humanity going to ever evolve? The way it's going right now, people have a lot of difficulties seeing any of this stuff because us all are a bunch of mad people. But then everybody's spiritual. For example, again, like you go into a cathedral, don't you feel different when you go into one of those places? Even those that call us crazy, it's like, don't you feel different? Not to say that place does it, but there are environments, interiors that are spiritual, can open you up more. Just open you up. And we don't have that right now. In certain areas, obviously, places where there's vortexes, where there's portals. My mind is a blank right now, but Sedona, just think of Sedona, but everywhere, eventually. So the energies of Sedona and technologies to help us, not prevent us, to evolve us, not to devolve. I think we're already going through that. So a lot has to do with our environments. They'll help us just heal and see things differently. It takes time. It's like, yeah, I used to be really mad, but man, I walked in here, I feel just so much better. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So anyway, that's what basically the message is, what's coming through right now. I'm going to keep this one kind of short. Everything today, long day. So it's interesting. Like I said, I didn't wasn't sure what was going to come through, and it's fascinating. Definitely. I mean, to me, it makes sense. Definitely. Those that are creating these technologies and everything will be more aware than others. So, anyway. All right, blessings, everyone. Oh, yeah, that's right. For those that are new to all this, just want to put a shout out. This is ivanteller.com. You can go to private sessions. We have a schedule here. The week is pretty much open. And there's other way of purchasing. There's also have gift cards. So I have Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and recordings by phone. We also have visit our shop. And there's 5-minute questions or something around those lines. You get an audio file or you get a one-word transcript. Is there anything else I need to do here? Nope. It's also Spirit Social. Ivan Teller Services. Submit a question, past life regression healing. Message from Yeshua, 5-minute healing, and channeling consulting. Spiritual connections, 1 question for a day. Chakra healing from a day. Soul pain from Stephanie, and angelic Reiki from Miguel. So this is what keeps things going here. This keeps, there's always a donation to keep the videos coming. I'll try to do this once a day. Yeah, it's been kind of a long day today, so I'm kind of a little bit out of it. So yeah, thank you for those that are viewing this and donations or just sharing this. Much appreciate, and more is to come, of course. So much love, blessings, and